Hey everyone, Skylex here, bringing you another Transformers video review. Today we'll be doing Beast Wars Megatron. Just like Optimus Primal, this will be a two-part review, simply because there's a lot to say about Megatron, and because he is simply the best character in all Beast Wars. You can have your own favorites. You can love Rat Trap, or Cheetor, or Depth Charge, or Black Arachnia, or Silverbolt. Any of them you can love. Megatron's still the best. He's the most dynamic character in all Beast Wars. He makes Beast Wars and Beast Machines what it is. He's also the smartest, most intelligent, most devious of all the characters. He's a poker player, chess player in the Beast Wars. He treats it like a poker game or a chess game. He has a backup for everything. If a plan doesn't go right, he has a backup plan. And if a backup plan doesn't go right, he has a backup plan for that. On for and more on and more on. He has a plan for everything. He has plans even when he doesn't have plans. He is the greatest thinker. He's just phenomenal. Ravage said it best when he had Megatron incarcerated. He said, "You're quite an interesting character. Even incarcerated, you're still working your own agenda." And that's true. Even when he was locked up, he was still playing the moves of the game. He always has moves to play. Megatron has no friends whatsoever, only pawns. He sees them as disposable and he throws them away when he wishes. Even the fanatically loyal like Inferno or Scorponok, or even Dinobot 2 when he was still, loyal to Megatron, he would throw them away in a heartbeat to get the power that he wants. This is very evident when he becomes Cybertron leader, and he creates a Vehicon in the Vehicon General. Mindless automatons, droids, throwaway, disposable. Pardon me, I'm still getting over my cold, so I'm trying the best I can. Megatron, skill-wise, he is an excellent fighter. He's probably as skilled as the rest of the fighters. He just doesn't need to use that skill, because he's such a big character. He's such a powerhouse. He doesn't need to use too much skill. He just blasts away. He can bust people up like nobody's business. He is one of the characters in Beast Wars you really don't want to fight, because chances are you're going to lose. Luckily for most of the Beast Wars characters, and the Maximals, well, I should have said the Maximals and the Predacons. Luckily for the Maximals, he doesn't really like to get his hands dirty. Megatron likes to sit back and relax and let his pawns do his work. He does get his hands dirty sometimes, but in general, he doesn't like to do that. Megatron, if he had any faults in the whole entire Beast Wars, if he had any faults personality-wise, it'd be one thing. It's that he is a James Bond villain. Not only does Megatron have to beat you, he has to tell you how he's beat you, what he's going to do with you, and exactly how painful your death is going to be. This, unfortunately, gives the victim ample enough time to counterattack or to escape from Megatron's grip. That's probably the only thing wrong with Megatron. Megatron in Beast Wars also hated honor. And this is really kind of weird because he hated the word. Dinobot used it a lot. Optimus used it. He just hated it. He even said, "Don't you dare use that H word." He's a big Predacon. Treachery, backstabbing, that's what he loves. He even said it to Tarantulas when he came Dragon Megatron. It wasn't, he said, and I quote, "It wasn't your treachery that got me upset. It was your failure to go through with the job." He doesn't care, well, he cares that people backstab him, but if you're going to backstab him, you might as well get the job done. You might as well be successful, because that's what Predacons are. If you want to be the top dog as a Predacon, you're going to have to be successful at it. Anyways, yes, but that kind of changes honor-wise, because he does show a little bit of honor in Beast Machines when he lets Rat Trap go and he gives his word. Anyways, timeline-wise, Megatron, he was the original leader of the Predacons. He was the captain of the dark side. He is the Predacon crook. Unlike Optimus Primal, he has no relationship whatsoever to Generation 1 Megatron. He just simply took his name as a namesake. No one knows what Megatron's original name was. He was under the tutorage of I believe the guy was Krydox. This was all in the comics. Krydox actually had a toy, which was in the Robot Disguise line. But he's told to go to discs, fled, tried to search for planet Earth. Well, his plan, what he told everyone, was that he was going to search for the original Decepticons and help them out in a different timeline. His plan, in his own mind, was far from that. He just wanted to gain more energon, more power, and conquer Cybertron. Throughout Beast Wars, that's basically what it does. In first season, it's all about just getting energon. It's all about just getting power. And that's basically what he does. After the Planet Buster happens, and after it destroys most of the energon, there's no energy left. There's nothing left to power him up. So he thinks, well, if I can't really do stuff in the future, if I can't do stuff now with the power I have, let's use the golden disc. Let's change the future. He attempts to change the future twice. Once is when he attacks the proto-humans in the cradle of life. That is where the humans first started off. He knew that the Predacons would be sending agents to get him, because he was really screwing up the timeline. And he thought, you know, the humans were one of the reasons why the Autobots were so successful. Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of the humans. Then they wouldn't have to interfere with the Decepticons. The Decepticons would be the ones ruling the Maximals. Or the Predacons would be ruling the Maximals. This obviously failed with the intervention of the Dinobot. His next attempt at changing time was when he actually blasted the original Optimus Prime's head. He was almost successful in this, if not for Primal taking Prime's spark. Anyways, throughout Season 2 and 3, he was just changing time. And he really didn't want to do this, but this was like kind of a last-ditch effort. The Predacons were after him, the Maximals were after him. He kind of just had to go through with it. Eventually, he does find the Nemesis. Oh, by the way, he does take Megatron's spark, and he becomes Transmetal Dragon Megatron. I do want to point out one thing. The spark is returned to Megatron. If you have the Beast Wars Season 3 DVD, look through the episodes, and there's a little Easter egg which shows Optimus Prime putting the original Megatron spark back in Megatron. Just thought I'd like to point that out quickly. But towards the end of Season 3, he gets the Nemesis, and he starts attacking the proto-humans and the Ark. He's eventually, he totally kicks Optimus Prime's ass, by the way. But he goes to attack the Ark, and he's stopped by Rhinox, who flies the shuttle and knocks him out. He is then bound to the shuttle, and they return to Cybertron. He got off the shuttle. He broke free somehow. There's speculation that Krydox actually came back and helped him. Whether this is true or not, I don't know. But Krydox did play a part during Beast Wars, behind the scenes in the comics. So anyways, Megatron gets off, and he arrives in Cybertron before the Maximals do, and he creates a virus. And the virus simply distorts the robot, paralyzing them eventually, but it keeps them from transforming into robot mode. He used this, conquered Cybertron, removed everyone's sparks, and became the leader. Throughout Beast Machines, he takes on different kind of bodies. He always had his Transmetal 2 body, but he was trying to rid himself of his beast mode. Eventually this fell through, and he got different bodies. In the end, he got Optimus Primal's body, his optional Optimus body, and he fought Optimus, and they both got reformatted. That's about it. That's all I can really say about Megatron. He supposedly comes back in Universe Comics, but I didn't read those, so I can't say. But anyways, I'm going to stop the review here. That's all you need to know about Megatron. Just the fact that he's the best character in all of Beast Wars. I'm going to come back with part 2, where we'll actually do the toy review. So if you didn't mind sitting through all this blabbering, part 2 will be coming up.